not the chief of army staff, an Igbo man. Why? So if you don't want them, if you don't trust them, and they say they want to go, then so why are you then stopping them? Why are you stopping them? You don't want me, and you are saying, even slaves got freedom. These are people contributing to world economy, not just, listen, not Nigerian economy. The Igbos are contributing to world economy. There is no country I have been, I will not find an Igbo man either at the peak of academia, at the peak of business, at the peak of professions. They are everywhere. Medical doctors, surgeons, lawyers, bankers, they are everywhere. And then we come back to Nigeria, you are discriminating against them. And you are saying they will not agitate for their own nation. We are the ones causing the problem. If you want an Igbo man, then bring them nearer and see if they will not perform. In this Lagos today where we live, anything we want to do now, innovation, the first thing is, let's go to computer village. Who are the people controlling computer village? Let's go to Alaba. Who are the people controlling Alaba?
Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to this video. Please, I want you to pay attention to this video because it is very important. If you have been following me, you know I always talk about insecurity because that is one of the major problems we have as people. The insecurity that is ravaging our communities, our rural areas, and the nation at large is overwhelming the security agencies. And what pains me most is the government complicity to what is going on. A lot of time we have been able to prove that politicians breed all this insecurity against their people. This is so pathetic, and this is not supposed to happen in any place on the surface of the earth because it is injustice against humanity. But there is more shocking thing to this. Apart from the warning from T.Y. Danjuma before, that I always play to people because the video is important, where he said that if you beckon on police and military personnel to combat insecurity for you, that you are going to die one after the other. Apart from that, yesterday, the Chief of Army Staff of Nigeria said that the 2 million security personnel in the country can't protect over 200 million people. Nigerians read news, they listen to news, but they don't read meaning to the news they are listening. The Chief of Army Staff of Nigeria is telling the whole world that they can't protect you. This is not a child's play. This is not news. Okay, this is just about news. Let us hear and forget. Why can't you listen to news and sit down to think about this? They are telling you we don't have capacity to combat all this insecurity in Nigeria. That is exactly what they are saying. And this is not what they said in 2003 or 2010, 2015. This is what they said yesterday. And today's date is 26th, Thursday, September 2024. And on 25th, the Chief of Army Staff is telling you that they don't have, enough active personnel to combat insecurity. Now, what is the hope of the people if politicians fail? And that is why, time without number, I have advised communities, I've advised so many people, gather together and set up a security outfit. Because if you are waiting for all these policemen, the military, that they should come and help you in this situation, you are waiting for nothing because they are not coming to your aid. I thank God that the Chief of Army Staff was sincere enough to tell us that, yes, they don't have what it takes to combat insecurity because they have been shying away from this, from time immemorial. The Nigerian government, the Nigerian security agencies, they have been shying away that they don't have what it takes to combat insecurity. Now, this article is from Vanguard News and it reads, 2 million security personnel can't protect over 200 million Nigerians, Chief of Army Staff. In Ilorin, Kwara State, the Chief of Army Staff General Theoret Nagbaja yesterday said it is unrealistic for 2 million security personnel to protect a population of over 200 million Nigerians. Now, out of a quote, when you read a news like this, people would ask, Nigeria have a lot of population. I think they should be up to 10 million personnel. Why are there only 2 million? There are 2 million because people are resigning and joining other countries' military because Nigeria government, who sponsor terrorism against the people, when those people they sponsor now come back to them, they will call them repentant Boko Haram. They will put them into the soldier. I shared a video with you earlier. Take a look at this video where a military officer was stealing ammunition and sending it to the bandits. And this is the same military officer who was a repentant Boko Haram. Which country do you have something like this happening? Take a watch.
Now ask for Parliament be this so at 17 it is ammunition. But talk waiting
still my ammunition. That one not one. It's still my SF clothes. That one not one. It's still my fragmented jacket.
Muna see mo na 17
Why you do like this now?
You say 4 magazine.
Your this thing by you.
4 magazine 90. All of us
if I'm no forward. If I'm no forward.
And the same unit to the same 35 battalion. One of us. All of us 35 battalion. We don't lose guard. See
under 8 div.
See mo. Senior man, last call for the Nigerian army.
This army don't do anything.
What is it for you?
Na magazine.
It is your magazine. Yes, it is your magazine. 30 rounds. 30 rounds. Go there. See you go sell and go give bandits. See you go sell and go give bandits. And now follow soldier. We go think say now follow soldier. We don't say na enemy where you need. See ya. Issue. They don't lose guard. Now soldier we don't lose guard. Issue.
Now, let me continue with the article. General Ndagbaja made this remark during the 2024 Distinguished Personality Lecture in Ilori, Kwara State. The COAS, who was represented by the Chief of Army Trainee, Sani Mohammed, highlighted the military's heavy reliance on imported defense equipment due to the country's weak industrial base. The Army Chief also expressed concern over the inadequate funding of the Armed Forces of Nigeria. Mark that word, inadequate funding. AFN, which he said significantly affected the military potential performance. He said, in a country of over 2 million people, it is unrealistic to expect security agencies totaling around 2 million, including an army of just over 100,000 active personnel, without a reserve force to secure the entire population. We import over 90% of our military needs, he said, noting that despite some local production efforts, the country's dependence on foreign military supplies remain overwhelming. The pursuit of national development alongside national security is a costly endeavor, as defense policy is capital intensive. You understand what he said, right? Now, you see, this issue of active personnel, 100,000 people, I think if Nigeria was a country that was supposed to, succeed, we know that Nigeria is meant to fail. If not, how would 100,000 soldiers, no reserve, active personnel be in this country? If you bring out form now, a lot of people don't have interest to become, to join the Nigerian army because of the record of non-payment of allowance, non-payment of incentive, no motivation, lack of morale, and so on and so forth. And I am advising every genuine military officer, not those who repented and joined Boko Haram and become informant and so on and so forth. I am advising every genuine military officer, if you don't find it comfortable, please resign. Resign, you have a life to live, because the government of the day are complicit to the insecurity situation going on in Nigeria.
Taraba is a mini state. It's a mini Nigeria composed of various ethnic groups living together reasonably peacefully. But the peace in this state is under assault. There's an attempt at ethnic cleansing in this state and, of course, in all the riverine states of Nigeria. We must resist it. We must stop it. Every one of us must rise up The armed forces are not neutral. They collude. They collude. They collude with the armed bandits that kill people, kill Nigerians. They facilitate their movements. They cover them. If you are depending on the armed forces to stop the killings, you will all die one by one. The ethnic cleansing must stop in Taraba State. It must stop in all the states of Nigeria. Otherwise, Somalia will be a child's play. I ask every one of you to be alert and defend your country, defend your territory, defend your state. You have nowhere else to go. You have nowhere else to go. God bless our country.